What's up, developers? Chris here. I'm here today to teach you guys how to properly configure and use and localize your Flutter app, and how to use this to improve your Flutter app. Most of the things that I'm going to teach you here, the docs teach us, but the main thing that is lacking in the documentation is a tangible example. Like I need to teach you guys how to properly configure internationalization, localization in your Flutter app. Okay, the first thing that we're gonna do is to open the docs. Okay, I know that sounds a bit redundant, but we need to read the docs first to understand what is our current problem to use and internationalize your app. Okay, we need to configure our Flutter app to receive this kind of configuration, right? So the first thing you're going to do is to create your Flutter project, and after that you're going to add this package to your dependencies. Okay, so you add the Flutter localizations with this command, and after that you're gonna add Intel to your dependencies too. Okay, doing that, you're gonna have this kind of configuration to do, but you don't need exactly to use this. Okay, these come with a pre-configuration that you may want to use, a configuration that was created to use with material localizations, widgets, and Cupertino, but you're not obligated to use it. So feel free to create your own. Okay. Here you have to create your supported locales. Okay, but what we're gonna do, we're not gonna use this kind of locales. We're gonna create our own. Okay, here we have a section in the docs how to override a part in your app with the preferred localization. Maybe you want to change how your app interact with the user, so we're probably going to use this method. Okay, okay, now we're going to create our own configuration, right? The first thing you have to do is come to the pubspec.yaml. Here I'm gonna open so you guys can see it. You're gonna go to the section at here, okay, Flutter section, and you're gonna add this command where you're gonna generate the files that will be needed so we can use with the localization. Okay, doing that, you're gonna do this. You're gonna create a file, okay, that have this name. It needs to be that name. Okay, you create this one, and after that, let me open the file. You're gonna add this kind of configuration here. Okay, this is going to contain our files that we will have our translation for the app. Okay, this kind of RB file is like a JSON, so don't be afraid to use. It's simple. It has a good docs, so you can learn how it works. It's like a JSON populated with strings, so it's not different from a normal JSON. It's kind of a different format for JSON. Okay, the output location for our Dart file that will contain our class that we're gonna use to localize our app. Okay, here we have the following thing. That is the description and our translation that we want to use. Okay, we have here in English and we have here in Spanish. To do that, we're gonna create a folder inside our root project, inside the lib folder. Okay, here we have to create this kind of folder here with the same name that we have created here. And inside of that folder, you're going to create this file here, the app on the /en.arb. Why we need to create this one? This one is going to be the full file and the template file for the other ones, okay? So we have here a title counting, that is our main text that we're gonna use inside our app. And at this file here, if you see, he's using our template file. So you need to put the exact same name for this file, right? After creating your translations, your files that you want to use, what we're gonna do now? The VS Code will not recognize the file immediately. You will need to, or at least run the Flutter project so you can generate these files, or you have another method to do that. That is to, let me get the command here because I forgot. Yeah, here. You have this command here. Okay. You're gonna run this command. And after that, oh, what? Could not find. Let me see here. Oh, maybe it's because I'm using a different version of Flutter. Let me see. FEM list. Okay, it's normal. Flutter public and Flutter. Okay, I can change my keyboard. Flutter clean. Flutter public. Okay. Oh, Flutter public. Oh, I'm misspelling the clean word. Okay. So what we are trying to do here, I'm trying to run the command to clean the cache from our pub cache. Okay, so we can have a properly generation from our Flutter. Okay. Probably what you're gonna need to do is, okay, now it's not working. Fine. Oh, I'm missing the N number. Sorry, guys. Okay, N number, no, the N letter. Okay. Here we'll say that we already have this file and we'll generate our files for us. Okay. So when we do that, after we do that, the thing that you're gonna need to do, you can just close your VS Code, okay, or you can use a command to restart .analyze. So we're gonna use this command here. So press Ctrl+Shift+P, and we're gonna do the reload window, or you can do this one, dart, and you're going to select this option here, restart analyze server. Okay, so you can find so when we do that, VS Code going to find the files that we need to import in our project. If you don't do that, you're gonna have errors in your screen telling that you don't have this app localization file. Where is this app localization file? When we generate this file, it's gonna appear here at .dart tool, and inside of Flutter gen, we have this folder that was generated for us, and inside here we already have the app localization file that we're gonna use to localize our app. Okay. After doing that, you restarted the analyzer server. The only thing that you need to do is come here and add material app. I'm currently using modular packaging, so I can have dependency injection and route management. okay? It's a good package, so if you want to have these kind of features, maybe consider to use it, okay? Here we have a few properties that we need to configure here. The first one, this is not obligatory, this one, it's not mandatory, okay? So we don't need this feature. But the only two that we need to localize our app is those ones, okay? The first thing that Dot says that we need to do is get where I remember that I have this, okay, here. We after generate the files, you going to copy this and paste here, where you're going to use the app localization file. And the thing that you're going to need to do, it's simple. Just follow this step on the docs and change this one here to this, right? After doing that, if you run your Flutter app, your Flutter app is localized. And how you use the localization that you generated, it's really simple. You don't have to worry about it. I created a small example here. You're gonna create a variable just to retrieve the context of your app localizations. If this doesn't appear here, you can do it manually by using the same path that we used at app widget. So we can have the import here. Flutter Internationalization have this problem with imports, so it's a bit tricky to use. Don't worry about it, okay? Just copy the import that you need about the app localizations, and here, after build context, you're gonna create a variable with the name localization files, but the name that you want, okay? App localization.of context, and here you're gonna use the variables that we have created inside our RB files. There's app title. Let me get another one. I remember we have another one here. Okay, and localization file counting. And if you open the file, you have the translation. We have in Portuguese from Brazil here, in Portuguese of Portugal. And if you want to create more, just search for more translations and create those RB files. So feel free to help me with this kind of tutorial. Follow the instructions, follow what the doc says, and the main thing, don't forget to restart your VS Code if you find yourself in an error or something like that, okay? I think that I passed everything that I learned using this kind of documentation from Flutter Internationalization, and I think that I have teach you guys how to properly configure, okay? Bye guys, see you next video.